So, hi everybody, this is Week Ahead Astrology for December 15th. This is my granddaughter. That's Judovine! Say hi, Judovine! Say hi! Yes, she's helping me do the week ahead. So this is the week ahead forecast for December 15th through through the 21st of 2024. Now, we're kicking off the week with that Gemini full moon, which was an interesting position because the full moon was actually loosely conjunct. It was about 7-8 degrees of Jupiter, which makes everything more exaggerated. And the fact that this was Jupiter in its detriment in Gemini, across from a moon, across from with the moon in Gemini, which isn't also it's kind of in an awkward position there as well. Because remember, Jupiter and the moon are very much kind of passionate energies, and Gemini is a very intellectual, practical energy. So it's not that it's horrible, but they are both kind of vulnerable there. So it can be very hard to predict and kind of very sloppy energy when the moon is in Gemini, very complex. And then across the way, of course, the sun is in Sagittarius, and we had Mercury in retrograde. But there's other stuff going on. Yeah, exactly. So, exactly. In other words, there's a lot that has to be said, and a lot would come out, especially stuff that has been kept inside, and that can be emotional and harder to predict. So if you got some texts from your exes, I would not be surprised. Also look for the truths, however, because there would be truths that would be revealed in those communications, even some things that people couldn't control. Sometimes people couldn't, sometimes things that people didn't want. In other words, stuff will come out of their mouths that people didn't want you to know, but they'll say it. They'll reveal a lot because they're not in total control of what they're saying. So pay very close attention to the conversations that you had between the 14th and the 15th of December. Now, all of this week, or most of this week, Venus is still conjunct to Pluto. Really interesting configuration because those two are actually then squared to Lilith. And then right across from Pluto and Venus conjunct Pluto is Mars retrograde. Remember then that puts Venus and any kind of, romantic male-female energy into a lot of conflict, especially with Lilith involved. She will get revenge. She will exact that dark energy of, oh, you messed with the divine feminine? Well, now you're going to get the shadow side of her. Very interesting energy. It's almost like a karmic revenge. So you might not have to ask for it, but unexpected things will be revealed. And in some ways, justice will be served, especially in terms of that dark feminine energy feeding back whatever karma ended up being created against it. Just an FYI for those of you in situations where you were really hurt, or you were abused, or you were traumatized. There's this energy of some sort of justice being exacted there because that dark feminine energy, that protective energy, that primal energy was really kind of energized this whole week. Amen. And then the whole week we also continue to see the beautiful grand trine between Mercury retrograde, which is now out of retrograde, by the way. So Mercury, the North Node, and Mars, which is still in retrograde, which talks of looking toward the future and taking action toward the future and being able to think it through. With Mars in retrograde, it's more maybe actions that should have been taken, or actions that we could take, or simply how do we have to wait and how do we have to have patience, but to move forward, this sense of progress. Because remember, the North Node is activated in that trine. So it's a level of building up comfort with what we may have to do to move forward, thinking that through, or in ways that we should have or would have wanted to be active. And that once Mars goes direct, will be able to put us in a situation of being certain about the actions that we have to take. So a lot of the energy that was released around that full moon, and you'll feel being released the rest of this week, is energy that actually really wants to move us forward. energy that wants to make us okay and emotionally stable with what we have to leave behind. And okay, not necessarily like let it go, but energy as in I'm done with this. Like I'm tired of worrying about it. I'm exhausted with anything that isn't going to help me see and find progress in my life that doesn't have to do with what's making me happy and what's building out my future. So enjoy this beautiful and liberating energy, guys. I love you so much, and as always, please enjoy the extended videos that you can find on this on-demand page below, and also enjoy this beautiful and liberating energy. It's all about the future now. I love you.